Welcome to Cricket Next from a very sunny and hot Lucknow. I have reached Lucknow for Cricket Next, and India will be taking on England in what would be their sixth match of the ongoing ICC Men's ODI World Cup. So the conditions here, as I said, are very hot. It doesn't feel like typical North Indian weather where you start feeling the winter chill. The sun is out in its full glory, kind of unforgiving, and it reminds me of Ahmedabad heat which we saw like right before the India-Pakistan game. It's very hot, and Team India had an optional training session today. So yesterday the attendance was much higher than today. We weren't here for the session yesterday, but we are here today, and we'll bring you all the updates on how the session unfolded. So 7 players were in attendance today, the likes of Mohammed Siraj, Mohammad Shami, Shardul Thakur, Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan. All these guys were there practicing today, and it was again, first things first, it was a marathon session for Shubman Gill. Again, he just loves to bat, whether it's -2, -3, -4. The -2 means 2 days before the match, so it's -2 today, and Shubman Gill was going on and on with the bat. He changed the nets multiple times. Then towards the end of the session, he asked the support staff to hurl tennis ball using the racket to him. He got out uppercutting a shortish delivery against New Zealand, but I don't think there's any problem with the short ball technique, because the way he swats those pulls and cuts those deliveries, I think there's no one better than him doing it the way he does in front of square. So he has a technique of his own, and he was working on the reflexes against the short ball today. But all in all, it was a very long hit for Shubman Gill, and no surprise there, because we have known him to be batting for long hours in the nets, and today was no exception. And giving him company was his good friend Ishan Kishan. Again, two players who you will see more often than not in the nets, putting in the hard yards, and today was no exception. But the highlight of the session for me today was the way Mohammed Siraj worked on his batting. It has been happening since Pune. He batted in Pune too. Not Pune, I think he batted in Dharamshala too, and now he's just continuing with that, working hard on his batting. Even today he had a good 20-25 minute hit in the net, so he is clearly putting in that effort with the bat. And then the usual suspect, Ravindra Jadeja, he was batting there. He was facing the deliveries of Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, and a lot of net bowlers. So particularly during that period of play, Shardul Thakur was also bowling to him, and there was a plan that there'll be a lot of death bowling, death lengths, so hard lengths were preferred, short of a good lengths were preferred, and lot of stuff was peppered around the block hole, the Yorker zone. So Jadeja was looking to carve those deliveries behind point, in front of point. So effort was paid on batting during that period of the game, and Jadeja again had an extended hit in the net. And before Jadeja went into bat, Kuldeep Yadav was doing a lot of bowling, and Kuldeep again, he would know these conditions well, born and brought up in UP. He knows these conditions well, little far away from his home, but again, this is UP, so it's a homecoming of sorts for Kuldeep Yadav, who has been brilliant for India in this format in the last 10-12 months, and the way he has been performing in the World Cup, and the way he kind of came back in that game against New Zealand. I think that was heartening for everyone to see, because Daryl Mitchell literally assaulted him from the word go, but he held his own, changed his plan, went flatter and quicker in the last 5 overs, and applied the chokes when it was required the most. And just talking about chokes and applying those breaks, one person was no stranger to that, and that was Mohammad Shami. Heat, cold, snow, rain, he also doesn't stop bowling, and he was bowling full tilt today along with Mohammed Siraj. Mohammed Siraj, right after he was done with his batting session, went into bowl with Mohammad Shami, so both of them were bowling in tandem. And the intensity was there, but the attendance wasn't much there. So I'll first talk about the absentees now. So starting from captain Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer, Suryakumar Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Ravichandran Ashwin. These were the 7 names who have been missing. 7 were out there in attendance, and Hardik Pandya, you all know, isn't travelling with the team, as CricketNext broke the story a couple of days back that he was unlikely for this game. And yes, he's not travelling with the team. We haven't spotted him today. He wasn't there yesterday. So 14-member squad for this game, and fingers crossed and wishing Hardik Pandya a very speedy recovery. But now just shifting to this game, India have won 5 out of 5. The table has gotten more interesting now after what Australia have been doing. South Africa have been on song. New Zealand are doing what they do best. They've just dropped one game in the tournament, and today a very crucial game is going on between Pakistan and South Africa. So India would like to continue with that winning run and just take on, be wary of a wounded England side, because England were outplayed in their last game against Sri Lanka. So they are kind of having a very horrible run in this tournament so far, but India need to be wary because a semi-final spot is there for the taking. If they just get one more win in their kitty, I think they should be fine to get that top 4 spot. So we'll bring you more updates from ground zero. As I said, I'll just repeat that Shubman Gill had a long session, again marathon session for Shubman Gill, faced a lot of net bowlers, lot of Indian bowlers, Shardul Thakur, Mohammed Sami, Mohammed Siraj, and then Kuldeep Yadav too. And then after that he worked on his short ball reflexes with that tennis racket and tennis ball drill. So you stay tuned to Cricket Next. We'll bring you more updates from ground zero. I'll be covering this game from Lucknow. The beautiful stadium is right behind me. The moment you enter the stadium, it wouldn't look like a cricket stadium. It looks like a dupatta of chicken curry, which is very famous in this part of the world. So there's so much carving on this stadium. So much detailing has gone in these exteriors that it looks beautiful. And I'm sure it will look much more beautiful when the sun goes down and the lights kind of are out in its full glory. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon so that you are updated with all our updates from Lucknow, because as I promised, we'll be covering extensively World Cup from ground zero, and we'll keep following the Indian cricket team. So you stay tuned and keep watching Cricket Next, because cricket matlab cricket next.